Hello and welcome to another episode of a Wicked Parley. It's welcome. Honestly, welcome back, everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's been like a week
Hello,
since.
hello. It's been a while. Just a little bit. 2 weeks, I think, at this point.
Has it been two
Since the
weeks?
last one.
Has it been 2 weeks?
Because I don't.
Jesus.
Maybe?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember an episode last week.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't remember an episode last week. But the week before was a yes.
Yes. Okay. So it still feels like it's been a while. So 2 weeks sounds pretty close to right since we've been talking. So. Yeah, honestly, everybody who's shown up, hey, welcome, welcome. Tonight we're going to be talking about whether or not social media, more specifically social influencers, are false prophets. It's kind of an interesting subject. It's got a lot of opinions, so just be aware of the fact that facts are loose here today, and opinions are definitely going to be going wild. But how is that any different than any other episode, right?
I'm just imagining an opinion slugfest now.
Oh, I know, right? And it's like
person B, person C, all the way at the end. It's just like, where'd you even come from?
oh, that's fair. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. So I wanted to let you guys know that there's going to be an additional small little segment coming in the near future that'll begin with next week's episode, where I'll be giving you guys kind of like a quick update on some things that we've covered in the past. Figure about a minute long usually. Some sort of like things like if something was incorrectly said or something happened to something. Yeah. So that way you guys kind of keep in the loop, and so that way we know what's going on and trying to stay current with all the things we've talked about, at least where possible.
It is your minute with a Wicked Parley. Welcome to the update. I cannot do that voice for too long.
I know, right? Yeah.
Why did I try? Why did I actually try? Anyway.
Yeah, it was a good shot. It's a good shot. Hi, host. Welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness. Maybe you can come and chat with us sometime, huh? One of the things I kind of want to just kind of jump into when it comes to talking about this particular subject is, why has society allowed for so many people to be able to get on to social platforms and espouse opinions and values that are, well, maybe not just correct and sometimes very damaging and damning. So I kind of wonder what that might be. One of the first things, at least that comes to mind when it comes to this particular subject, has to do with the idea that in order to push social change, you need people who are highly influential to be able to force that change to happen. Now, sometimes you can see that when like, let's say, like, I don't know, like a Kardashian shakes her ass on screen or something like that.
Not them.
Yeah,
No,
I know, right? But man, do they sell underwear, right? And makeup.
Oh, yes, that's the most important thing right now, isn't it?
And swimsuits. Yeah, clearly, because consumerism. It's important. I don't know.
Clearly, we need to get out of this debt somehow.
I'm not so sure sending all your followers into debt to get out of debt is necessarily a wise course of action.
I didn't say it was wise. I just some people.
Yeah, some people do that. There's some people who are like, okay, well, all right, I'm feeling sad today, so I'm just gonna go to the mall and just go, I don't know, charge like $1,000 to a credit card or something. It's like, no.
I've seen people do that, for a pair of pants, and I'm just like, why?
What?
Or a small purse.
No,
and I'm like,
no.
And it's not even a big purse; it's like a clutch purse, and I'm like, please tell me that's a lie.
$1,000 for a little purse? See,
yes.
That's the racket I need to get into. That's the business right there. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm just going to make this small bag. Don't worry, it's extremely exclusive because it costs $1,000. That's the thing I need to get my hands into. Jeez. That's oh, well, I only got to sell 10 of these to be $10,000. It's like, oh my gosh. Go to a poor country and just feed a village. Sell 10 bags for a while.
Too real, way too real.
I know, right? The distribution of wealth in this world today is just, yeah.
All right. So, how does this relate to the false prophet notion?
Yeah, obviously, if you think about how, false prophets are presented, right? Mm-hmm. They're people who are supposed to have great influence, that are spreading a positive message that ultimately leads people to their demise. You know, like in Christianity, you have the false prophet and the idea of like, you know, the Antichrist, kind of a big one, you know, in the world of false prophets. I mean, depending upon certain religions looked at Jesus Christ as a false prophet. So I mean, like, false prophet's kind of like a loose term. It just kind of means that, you know, that they essentially aren't who they say they are. And I think that, like, a lot of people on social media can be accused of this. I mean, how many times have we found people who basically go out to a place where a really expensive car is parked out and take pictures with it, making it seem like they have that car, only to be like, you know, get the cops called on them because the owner's like, there's a strange person taking pictures near my car. You know, it's like...
I know a video with that thing too. God darn it.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Oh, much upset.
Yeah. So... Yeah, so like there's some like examples of like how, you know, influencers want to try and have this clout and have to show this lifestyle that is totally fake. It is totally bullshit. And yet at the same time, you know, they espouse these messages of how you level up and how you do these things, and they don't even follow their own rules. And to me, anybody who follows them, you know, who contributes to them, is kind of like aiding a false prophet in that way. At least that's how I kind of look at it. And I'd love to know if you guys agree or disagree with that. In fact, every single person who watches this particular program, because I want to find out how many bots are actually watching the show, if you could just, like, in the comments, just say, I agree or disagree with that statement. At whatever timestamp I think we're at, like, what, like 9 or
we're
7 minutes
at
in,
like 7 minutes.
Yeah, so like around the 7-minute mark, just, you know, put that in the comment section, and, you know, that way I can kind of keep track of who actually watches this program. And also, you know, in the, like, if you guys want to see like specific stuff, you want specific topics mentioned, please feel free to join our Patreon. You know, it's like $1. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, in the span of a year, it's like you bought me and Rose a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not very much. And you get, like, a lot.
Okay, I know Starbucks is expensive, but not that expensive.
Oh, it is.
Well,
it is.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Some of those drinks can go really high, yeah.
I bought,
depending on how many espresso shots you get.
I bought a tea and a white mocha, and it was $14.
Oh, gross. All right.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, technically it doesn't even buy, like, 2 coffees, technically speaking, you know, but, like, it's in the
Depending
ballpark.
on your coffee, yeah.
It should cost. It should be 2 cups, you know what I mean? Like, that's like a year's worth, right? So, and then you can get access to having conversations, adding, essentially, different, like, things, getting direct, you know, discussions with me, if you want like, other things than just Discord. But so I'd recommend it. I mean, it's something that's worthwhile, and we're constantly putting stuff up out there, you know, and there's not a shit ton of stuff up there right now. There's a lot of planned content, so
yes,
come check it out.
Content.
Okay. And also early access to, like, certain stuff, like when we do it, so there's that. But anyways, plug aside. You know, I mean,
yes, self-promotion.
I know, right? You know, there's also this the fact that there's no regulatory functions in the current ecosystem, as it were, for social media to kind of allow some of these charlatans to kind of get their comeuppance, as it were. You know, they're...
Comeuppance?
Yes. I mean, I know that, like, control online is probably considered kind of like a taboo thing. Like, ooh, no, we want free everything, 100%. But, you know, the more that I think about it, I kind of think that, okay, some of the things probably should be reeled in, all right? Like, and I think they should be reeled in. They should be reeled in for, like, really important reasons. Like, let's say, like, hypothetically, what happens if a foreign power really does decide to manipulate, you know, like, our society? I mean, TikTok, as an example, right, is a China property at the end of the day. And they literally have rights to all your data. Like, if you downloaded that app, they have rights to all your stuff. And so like, you are agreeing that, and the crazy part is that you're not even agreeing to just that device, but all the devices that utilize your IP address. So if you're like at home and you have a whole bunch of computers, guess what they have access to as well.
Oh, lovely.
So
Whoever's looking at my stuff is probably traumatized.
I have no doubt. But the thing about that is why it's important is the fact that like there are certain things that can be done to charlatans who try to like sell you snake oil and things like that. And at least
All the phishing emails.
yeah,
And then using your email to fish more emails.
yeah, God. And so like at least to me like if you have like a stop to it, maybe you can start to kind of like put some sort of cap on the way these social influencers manipulate the masses, because in the past as said, like I mean how many times have people claimed that the world was going to end and it didn't. How many people like paid or sold all of their life possessions to service these various kind of cult like people, and nothing ever came of it other than people losing their lives, like Jonestown for instance. I mean that's a pretty horrible tragic story. And
might be a small it might be a small number, but it's more than what should have happened.
yeah, but still, I mean, any loss of life over something is still a loss of life and is wrong. And I think that like when you start to think about how people influence one another, those sorts of problems can happen. Also, people get really entitled to certain things. And I know that we have a few little clips that we can kind of showcase that kind of show some of the extreme entitlement that can happen. And so, like, when it comes to this entitlement, I think the thing to consider, at the very least, is the fact that, false prophets will spread misinformation and they will use their people, right? I want you to watch a couple of these and honestly ask yourself, how is this any different at the end of the day?
So. Before we pull up the first clip, do you want me to read host's latest comment?
Absolutely.
So the whole, like, how do we curb this? How do we, reel it in? That was during that part of the discussion, and host messaged us, there is cancel culture. It's like a mass delete button when it works. That whole when it works is my addition to it. But.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it worked that way. I mean, and this is an opinion of mine. It's not the wholehearted truth, of course, but in my opinion, honestly, cancel culture as an idea of termination, I think is a flawed concept because it's ran by a mob of people who share, enough similar values to attempt to cancel somebody. But just because you cancel someone online doesn't mean you cancel who they are and what they stand for and what they stood for if you did something to them, God forbid. And so, like, I don't really think it answers the problem. It changes the way that problem is propagated, but it doesn't make it go away. So at least that's my opinion on it. But anyways, I mean, if you have something different, feel free to respond in more detail. Rose, do you have anything else to add to that?
I'm just thinking of the whole like propagation thing because like it's with how much social media there is and whatnot, and how much people are on like collective, like one person will do 2 or 3 social medias and then somebody else might do like 1 or 2 of those and then it's a complete different one. So information very fast to spread, so even if you get somebody canceled on one, you'd have to get them canceled on everything. And then who knows, guess what, a new social media app has been created. Oh no. God almighty.
Yeah, I mean that to me is kind of the problem. It's like whack-a-mole, right? Like you
hit... like I remember when there was only like 1 or 2. I remember when MySpace was a thing. And Christ, that got like that. You barely hear about that nowadays. But then you have 20 different apps that you can do now.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right.
Why don't you go ahead and read this one rather than having to play it? By the way.
Yeah. Granted, her pose is very much my opinion right now. Alright, so this is a post. Name has been essentially censored by getting it not on the screen. Probably to save face.
Yeah.
Alright, so somebody. Hey everyone, as you know, my birthday is this month, and I'd love it if you all came together and got me a group gift. If you could maybe pay for Mom's trip too, that would be good. Heart emoji face, I don't know. She's helped me so much this year. I'd like to give back to her also. She doesn't have much money now. It's about 1,800 per person, so roughly 3,600. What up?
Hold a second. I just wanted to say this right now. How are you giving back to your mom by asking everyone to help pay for your trip?
Don't ask me. Like, I know how I'd pay back my parents, but that'd be from my own paycheck. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, roughly 3,600. Also, if you could maybe send gift cards for food, souvenirs, and to help pay for plane tickets, it would help a lot. Also, update, I do finally have a part-time job working at Rizzo's 8 hours a week, but I still need a car or I may have to quit. Does anyone have a car they're not using that I can use? Thank you so much. Oh god, I feel sick reading that.
There's so many things. There's so many problems with that. Like, I really...
I feel sick.
Yeah, like, that is... Oh my god. Like, first of all, who just has a car lying around, right? You know, like who's like, you know what, a car's just lying around, it's fine, no one's using it. Yeah, total, you popular-ish person on the internet, go take my car, it's fine. You have a job where you work 8 hours a week. God, it must be so struggling for you. Must have such a hard life. God,
like,
8 hours.
Like, when I think part-time, I'm thinking like 20, you know? Like, how the...
I was thinking more like 30, but I mean,
like, I know full-time's 40 plus.
Yeah.
So whenever I think part-time, I'm thinking half.
Okay, I mean, that's not a reasonable thought.
But, like, this entire monstrosity, like, I can agree with the whole, you would like to give back to your mom. I do not agree with how she's doing it, or he's doing it. I don't know.
I mean, like, this sounds
like with all the
emojis,
it sounds like a girl.
Yeah, it sounds like a woman. Because, like, I'll be honest with you.
That sounds like an insult to woman because it's just so...
like, I can't... I don't disagree with you. Like, yes. Oh my god.
But, like, the absolute lack of shame for these types of posts, too.
Yeah, here's the thing that I wonder about this, right? In order for this person to think that this is okay, it must have happened before, right? Something similar to this has happened before, and she got money, right?
I don't even know if that, like, necessarily needs to happen, because it's like, she could have just seen it happen to somebody else.
Oh, God.
And decided, hey, I want to try this, too. I mean, that's how trends happen.
Yeah, wow. And so, like, you know, you could say, like, hey, is this how, like, the influence of social media has decided to say, you know, or is this the false prophet, you know, situation we're running into yet again?
Yet again?
It begs the question. I know there's a couple more, right? Do you want to get to another one, and then we'll kind of, like, discuss a little bit more?
Okay, so there's this chick.
Oh, God.
For when I don't know what she's wearing, I don't really care what she's wearing, alright?
Okay.
The main thing is, why is this censored over here?
I don't know.
Invader V.
And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly.
One thing a streamer should never do is guilt.
Just that right there.
Yeah, like, okay. You got 10... Oh my god.
Yeah, if you've got, like, if you're watching me for an hour, you've got $10 you can send me.
That is so problematic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Lord Almighty.
You know what the funny part is that, like, I kind of pitched, like, the whole Patreon thing, right? Because like, I want to point this out, right? Because this is kind of important. So I pitched the Patreon thing because it helps us out, right? But this person is essentially trying to do the exact same thing, probably in the worst way possible. Like, it... Oh god.
It's a piece of work. It's a piece of work, and that's not all.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. Oh.
There's 6 more seconds of this.
Okay. Could it possibly be worse?
What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
Let's just say
What the fuck? Oh, hell nah. So she basically chastises her audience for not supporting her enough?
Yes, by calling them irresponsible with your money if you barely have $10 to give to an online streamer. that you're like maybe tuning into for like once or twice or something.
I'm gonna be 1,000%. She doesn't deserve your money.
Oh,
Like, not at all. Not at
oh,
all.
dang. All right.
Not even a little bit. Because, like, that's hella messed up. And clearly she's like a provocateur, you know. Because, like, come on. She's got the anime plushies in the, we'll say, you know, suggestive clothing. I think that's suggestive clothing.
Yeah, she dresses a little bit more modestly when she's giving her apologies.
I see. Oh, dear Lord.
It's a little later in the video, but like,
Yeah.
oh, you saw the
Yeah, I saw
video
that
clip?
one. Yeah, it's like, oh, God. It's
Yeah, but like
terrifying.
apparently, you know, enough people got on her case about it that on a later stream she was apologizing about it, and she wasn't wearing like that type of outfit. It was essentially like completely covered up, you know, more prim and proper in a like actual prim and proper way, not prim and proper in a seductive manner type of way.
I
As
mean,
confusing as that word vomit was. I
it's
don't know.
okay. It's fine. I think it's been said. It's fair. But like, I think that like that's kind of one of the games that these social influencers do. You know, they like how often do we know? Or how often is it that we know that sex sells things? You know what I mean? Like, I think every person knows that like when they watch like that like they watch like the cheeseburger, you know, that one Carl's Jr. commercial that was like too hot for TV kind of thing, right? Like they know for a fact that sex sells, because why the hell would they have a person pose in front of a car with a hamburger? Because they're clearly trying to say that if you buy our hamburger, hot women will want you, and you could potentially be driving a nice car. You know, like they're trying to sell like a fantasy to you, and I think that like commercials do it, but I think social influencers do it much more now, and like it's a huge problem. I see a host made a comment.
Yes, I did. It was $10 as a meal right there. I can get more value elsewhere than giving her my dollar. They added another one currently about the whole apology video thingy. Apology vids will always sound fake to me, especially if it reaches that 10-minute threshold.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say this now. If I ever offend anyone online, you can go fuck yourself. I'm not
Oh my
apologizing.
goodness.
I'm not apologizing. I'm sorry. I'm not. You know, get it? I'm sorry. I'm just not. You know.
I'm sorry, I'm not actually sorry.
There you go.
Oh, that's a brain twister right
Yeah,
there.
it's more like I'm sorry that I have to waste my time trying to address your feeble emotions. It's like
Oof.
it's like yeah, just be as condescending as you possibly can when you're trying to give it back. At least to me,
Just
like
oof.
that's how I would sound. Like that $10 chick, she meant every fucking word. And so if she said something in the exact opposite, like you just know, however long it is, it's 100% lies. Like there's no way.
Ultra sus.
Yeah. Oh, host, I feel you there.
Every McBurger comes with a few daydreams.
Hey, you know, why not? You know, while you're in the car, you know, you're ordering that burger, you're just hoping that, you know, the hot cashier hops in your car, you know, or they accidentally, you know, they miscount how much money they're supposed to give you back, and they hand you like a fistful of cash. I mean, you never know. It could happen one day, maybe.
Technological failures.
I know that's like the day when everything goes all automated, and you're like, bam, on the side of on the machine, and you're like, one of these days it's gonna work.
Oh, okay. It was every McBurger comes with a free daydream.
Yeah, I still stand by it.
Alright. Speaking of tech,
Yeah,
oh god, the tech has made things so much worse.
definitely. I definitely agree with you on that.
I remember when it take a trend like for freaking forever and a day, at least in the past, and now it's just like the fact that a simple trend can go viral within seconds of being posted is terrifying.
God.
And you don't even have to know.
You know, there's some people who get caught in like memes that they like they get like their picture taken and it turns into a meme and it blows up and they had nothing to do with it at all.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, you could do one thing, for friends and family, and then, one of them leaks it. Next thing you know, you're freaking famous, and it's like, wait, who are you? Why do you know me? Who are you? You are a stranger, stranger danger. I need a freaking adult. You are an adult. I need another adult.
Yeah.
Well, that was a word vomit, but like that's actually terrifying.
That is pretty bad. I remember I was watching something online, and somebody was like one of the first people who had ever gone viral off of a meme, and she didn't know that she was a meme until a bunch of her friends like emailed her and like texted her saying, "Hey, look, did you see this?" And like it was her face and like something. I wish I remembered more details about it, but like it showcases just like how like crazy that can happen. Oh God, no fireball challenge. No.
I think I should be happy that I don't recognize what that is. Besides, like, I looked at that comment and immediately thought, was that supposed to be a bad pun?
Oh no, there was a real challenge.
Okay. Should I count my lucky stars that I don't know what the heck that is?
Just be glad we would never do something like that. I think that's the better way. Like,
Okay.
this is a more, we'll say respectable channel. Well, we do goofy shit, and like, I'm pretty sure you guys remember the specials. We don't
Yes, eat one color food per meal.
Oh God, don't. No. The challenge is like, honestly, I don't think anyone wants those. I mean, like, no one cared. About me doing me torturing myself. And so, like, unless like a bunch of people in the comment section like literally say, "Bring back challenges," like it's just not gonna happen. Like, there were so many bad ones on there that we never got to.
I remember.
I mean, like, for God's sakes, like the hot and cold shower thing, like. That would
A hot shower right now would be miserable.
Yeah, and a cold shower at like during the winter, like it's
Yeah,
just terrible.
Winter,
Yeah.
Especially if you like are late to get home.
Well, I mean, I shower like twice a day, so.
No, like I'm imagining like you're late to get home. It's already dead of the night. The AC's been on for freaking ever, like for whatever reason.
Oh my
Or no, that would not be.
You already know my apartment's an icebox practically. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
when it comes
God!
down to
Imagine
stuff.
that in the dead of winter, and you're doing a late night shower, and there's like all your warm stuff needs to get washed, so all you have is just like the thin stuff.
Like,
Okay, I'm giving myself chills just thinking about it.
yeah, like remember like how many times you came over like it was like last year, right? And like,
Something like
and
that.
that apartment was like just like, I mean, it was frigid. It was cold in there.
You're cold. You're cold. I would become burrito.
Yes, I very much am like a, polar bear strategy, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep it cold. But like, yeah, no, honestly, cold shower, like that one of the first things that goes is the AC. I'm just like, nope, we're not doing it, no.
All right.
Oh, come on, host. No, you don't want
All
that. You don't
All
want.
right.
You don't want that.
All right,
No.
and before we give ourselves more trauma, let's get back to the false prophets, because I'd really like to punch a couple of them in the face. Anyway.
Okay, all right. So we have a couple more videos to kind of share with you guys. We get some good little comments in there.
Good old comments. Good old, I want to crack a few bones and they're not mine.
Oh my God, this is just fucking wrong. I'm sorry. Like, this guy, everything about this guy just bothers the shit out of me. Please play the humble part, please.
Bother wasting my time on banning a piece of like you, okay? If you can't subscribe, you can leave, okay? You don't have to get banned in order to leave, okay?
Okay, hold on. I just want to point out one thing, okay? There are only 311 thumbs up for this particular video. My God, does it just because the humble guy, that guy deserves like a medal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the humble guy is really, really good. Like, this channel, just pulls clips from what they've seen and watched or probably given to them and just compiles it together, but God.
Oh, everyone that's donating, but sorry we don't have like a pop-up thing or anything. So everything I do is off my phone, and emotes are on the way for people that have subbed as well. But the thing I always say, you don't have to sub, you can just watch for free. Save your money. Save your money, we're in the midst of a lockdown, coronavirus and all that crap, but I still appreciate it.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, Like he's looking out for people, you know. It's like he's like, hey, this is entertainment for everybody for free. You know, you don't have to do anything. Like that's
He's like he's one of the most humble streamers I've seen.
yeah. I mean, like that to me like is like super like nice and like definitely like something that I wish to aspire to be like more because like I'll be 1,000% like, you know, like there to me like I look at like how much things cost. I'm like, God, it'd be really nice to have some help. But like at the same time, I mean, to be like, hey, I'm doing this and it's free, like man, it is a good soul.
Well, so it's just like, and then the wording that like the more greedy or entitled streamers or like livers or just people in general, like the language they use to just.
Well, I mean, that's a tactic.
So yeah, I know it's a tactic, but it's just like, you know, I don't know how to describe it besides either like condescending or demeaning.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's dehumanizing, honestly, in my particular opinion. I think that they kind of view themselves as superior, and that anyone who's beneath them is inhuman, and therefore, like, they should just automatically do whatever the fuck they want, you know?
It almost sounds as if they like treat people as their personal ATM banks that they need, that they like have to entice.
Dear Lord. When you put it that way, it kind of, yeah, I yes, but like, ew. Like, it just is a bad, like,
Exactly. It was supposed to be a bad image.
Yeah, it's like, come on, I think the thing that makes me the most upset, specifically about the previous one, is the fact that the first guy, you know, is basically talking about how if you don't subscribe, that he's gonna ban you. Like, what the hell? Like, what?
It's like, yes, because that's how you get more streamers.
Yeah, like that is totally 100% fucked up, and I think that like that can't be real. I genuinely do not believe someone honestly exists that like that.
You can pray.
Conceited, like it.
You can pray.
I mean, I hope.
The next clip we've got in a little bit is known as one of the most greedy Twitch streamers in existence.
Oh, dear Lord. I totally agree with you, by the way, 100%. Like, the humbleness of that guy, like, and, like, the slight awkwardness totally sells it. Like, makes me believe 100% that not only did he feel bad for getting some stuff, but, like, he genuinely saw it as, like, hey, look, like, there's a problem in the world right now. Like, there are bigger things. I'm gonna entertain you guys a little bit, but, like, don't worry about it, like, compensating me. That's not an issue right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got another clip with him too, just to like save our sanity.
Okay, so you're saying like the next clip is the greediest of all?
One of the most greedy Twitch streamers in existence. There are compilations of this woman for being one of the most greedy. She is almost like one of the iconic greedy ones.
My goodness. Okay, well, let's see the iconic. Let's see the iconic greedy Twitch streamer.
There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? I don't know. What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the content that you're watching?
Wait.
Okay, I just want to say this now. Fuck that chick. That is horrible. Like,
that's not even the only time she's done it.
My question is like, why would people watch her? Is it because they like to be scolded? Like, I mean, like, are they trying to get like a rise out of her?
That's a kink. I know that's a kink for some people, but like, dang, that is something you like. Unless it's premeditated and, like, you know, pre-planned ahead of time, that's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Like, imagine just tuning into her just to see what she was about, and that was the clip you happened to watch.
Damn, I would be like, well, nope.
Yeah. Shall we watch the humble one?
Please, I need
to cleanse our palate,
I need
our soul.
Yeah, I need cleansing of the soul, that's for sure.
Did someone give some subs? Ah, bro, you didn't have to. Can I, give that money back? Kia ora. Is there any way I can give their money back? Oh, you too, and through. Once again, I'm telling you, you don't have to sub. Like, you don't have to. You can watch the stuff for free. Like, that's the best thing you can.
Love him.
Yeah, that's a super nice guy.
Love him.
Wait, what?
Oh, no, it was just like a what if scenario for a post comment.
Oh, okay.
Like, if this happened to be a premeditated thing, it would be funny to think if she rehearses that in front of the mirror.
It's more like it'd be funny if she rehearsed it in the mirror and thought it was okay. Like,
It's all part of a show.
you have to believe that some of these people have to have some level of self-awareness. Like they have to be able to go, you know, what I'm saying
right.
in the right framework might be okay, but I think most people be like, this is kind of fucked up. And I'm going to do it intentionally for the clicks, just because I'll get, you know, bad press, which is still, any press is good press, kind of like idea. then I feel like that has to go on, because if they're really that fucking self-unaware, then like, it's like the whole sheeple thing we talked about in the past, in previous episodes.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's so problematic and so just wrong that it's painful. Like, it's painful. So, I don't know. When it comes to this particular issue, I mean, like, there's a whole bunch of different ways of discussing how this could kind of be, you know, false prophets, you know, classically have led people astray. I think that social media is the same way. You know, I think that, like, it tells people that you can do these sort of self-entitled things. You know, the world owes you something, and that it's okay to 100% do these sorts of things, and there are no consequences. And I think that that's just, I mean, not only is that not a successful way to live a life, but when these people get older, when people don't want to give them the attention that they get, what do? Are they homeless? I mean, because clearly they're not saving their money. Like, you know, what happens? What, like, is there going to be like in like 10 years, like there's going to be like a whole section of like Skid Row that's going to be like, we were former Twitch and TikTok, you know, people, and now no one wants us, so we're in the poorhouse. Like, is that what's going to happen? Like,
I don't want to think about that.
or God forbid they get turned into movie stars.
No thanks. Nuh-uh.
Disney picks them up and goes, you know what, you could be in a movie.
No. If they wanted a really shitty extra, then maybe.
Yeah, look,
Like, if they want if they want a conceited extra, then like they'd be perfect.
a conceited extra. You're like, you know what? We're in this big budget, you know, Marvel movie. And there's a Hulk smashing things around. You're gonna be the guy who gets hit by a light pole. No, I am not gonna be hit by a light pole. I will be the light pole.
You're gonna be that Karen that gets interrupted by the big fight.
Oh dear Lord.
I know we're making light of this, but it is an actual problem. Like, the more people that act this way, it's just like, the crappier I think that people are gonna get, the more that people are getting away with this.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely falls under the whole, you know, I think the idea of good versus evil, right? You know, you get the person who's righteous, and does things with a type of morality that is positive and a force of good in the world. Kind of like that one guy who wanted to give the money back. You know, I mean, he didn't need it. He saw that he didn't need it, so he wanted to give it back because it wasn't something that he needed. And then there was the other people who were just like super entitled that are clearly, you know, taking from the system.
If you watch me, you owe me money.
It's like, it wasn't even if you watch me. If you watch Twitch, period. Like, if you
watch any other streamer on Twitch, you owe me $5. Money. And I'm like, oh,
like,
my Lord.
I have a friend on Destiny 2 that jokingly says that he has a $5 raid fee, and it's a joke. Like, he doesn't actually mean it at all. But like, it's like, it just reminds me of this particular thing. He's like, yeah, $5. And like, when it comes to like doing activities, and like when it comes to you know, those Twitch people, they're like that, but they mean it. Like, they're 100% serious.
I would joke, like, honestly, if I ever did something like that, I would joke. It's like, I want a penny.
I want a penny.
Every time you watch me, just put 1 penny into a piggy bank. See how many pennies you get. Cash it in for something cute.
Oh my god, that's pretty funny. I like honestly, if we could set it for 1 penny in Patreon, I totally would.
That'd be fun. Just see what happens. This is like, nobody uses pennies anyway.
Sadly, it has a $1 minimum. Which
Yeah,
it sucks.
unfortunate.
Yeah, we're at the bottom of the thing, but we do it on purpose. Anywho,
We do it
okay.
on purpose.
So let's see the next clip we got, and let's make it the last clip too.
Sure. Okay, last clip.
Mhm.
Oh Lord, this guy.
My
A bit
God.
for your thoughts. I'm pretty sure a bit's actually more expensive than a penny on Twitch.
Yeah.
All right, last clip. Oh Lord Almighty. All right, ready for cringe.
Really bad news. Things haven't improved since you last saw me talk about Patreon and losing my job on YouTube and all those other things. I just wanted to go through some reasons why I need you to now donate to me. My Patreon has 0 perks. There's nothing good about it at all. Nobody gets anything for their money, but you're helping me out. You're helping me survive because I'm now making, what normal people make. And
For you.
Like, oh boy, just why?
I lost my YouTube job. Give me money. I now make what you guys make, but I need to make more.
Like, oh Lord Almighty, it's just the absolute shamelessness, I guess, and entitlement that
it's
the power
bonkers.
of social media has given people. It does not help if people can do stuff anonymously. The fact that like it can be somewhat anonymous as long as nobody's like trying to hack you.
I mean, like, I
It's
think
just
I think that like that kind of like points out some of the reasons why it's so problematic. I mean, false prophets, they lead people down, they lead them astray. Social media, and particularly the influencers, they are, presenting false lifestyles. They're presenting unrealistic expectations. They're setting all sorts of really freaking weird advice about a myriad of things, ranging from finances, future decisions, health choices, you name it. And they're gonna try and find a way to sell it to you. And these people are very dangerous. And I think that you should exercise caution. You should look into what people are saying, figure out why they're saying it, and do your own research. Don't trust what you find online. I mean, I don't know how many times people have said this. I mean,
something sounds way too good.
Well, I wouldn't even say that part. I think that it's okay to listen to something that sounds really too good, because sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes they do actually always pan out. But but I think that like what you really ought to do is, no matter what it is, you should always be researching what the hell's going on. For instance, like in the show, you may hear me talk about certain things, and I have a certain, we'll say, authority in my voice that says, oh hey, what we're saying is factual. Guess what? Sometimes I'm wrong. And if you really care about what we're talking about, it's important that you do your due diligence and you look into the subject yourself. So that way you don't accidentally pick up a piece of information that you believe is trusted and repeat it and spread misinformation. Kind of like the misinformation episode. So like, yeah, check all your sources. Always understand where your information comes from, and, fact check things that don't check out.
It might help if you can find two sources that are obviously on opposite sides of the whatever the heck situation, but they're saying the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, like
that might help a little bit.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, yeah, definitely, it definitely could help. I mean, I watched a couple YouTube people that I'm not going to mention because I don't really like them. I'll be honest, I do not like them. But they present news and information in a very factual based perspective, but they have clearly political leanings that are, let's say, not great, and that I do not agree with, and because of that, I don't want to share it, but I also will hear them out because I want to see multiple sides of the issues, and I want to understand as much as I can. Now, that's just me and my casual time. So if you guys are casually watching the show, that means something to keep in track of, keep looking to, is to
Hello,
find...
fellow casual.
Yes, for the casual. And then for everybody else, I appreciate you guys all, watching, staying tuned. I promise that future subjects will be exhilarating and fun to talk about. I know today is kind of like, but it is what it is. Okay, well...
It'd be late, it'd be hot, it'd be summer, people are melting.
Exactly, and I'm sure that, the college semester is either starting or right around the corner. So for you guys, good luck with you guys the upcoming semester, and I'm sure everyone will do great when it comes to those particular challenges. I know that my last semester is coming up, so yar. Okay, well then, I will, wish you guys all a great evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about America. Is it shit? See you in the next one, everybody. Good night.